Yo, wonder if this is working because I'm using OBS. So I gotta check and see if my shit's working, son. Oh, it says I'm live. We got the Discord up in here. I'm even viewing it from my phone. I might be the only one watching right now. I got the game on, the football game next to me. Give me 1 second while I figure this out. All right, so I guess I'll just talk to myself for a little bit while people start piling in. But it's good to be on YouTube, though. It really is. It's good to be on YouTube, knowing that I can stream. If I don't feel like I'm going to be doing the numbers, it won't affect the Twitch numbers as far as getting partnered. So I don't really anticipate this being one of the monster streams that's going to get like 75 viewers and shit. So, as of right now, this is what we got. We're working with the YouTube, and I really want to build the YouTube channel up. I do. We're going to do a lot of content. Not all of it is going to be too, not all of it is going, what the hell? It says warning. Was lower than a recommended bit rate? That's fucking weird. I don't know why I would say some shit like that. But yeah, I see Buck in the building. I see Zig. Okay, cool. So they got the top. She got the chat working right now. Okay. Oh no, I don't want it there. I like this OBS. I like this little. It's pretty simple, It's pretty simple, and I got the chat right there, so I do like it. I don't think it's going to replace Streamlabs when I go live on Twitch, but I do like it for YouTube. Maybe I will incorporate it into Twitch. I can go on from Twitch here, but I'm getting used to Streamlabs, really. So, a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on in the 2K community. Honestly, it's usually dead, but the combines are really going on strong right now. We got the high school league we're finding more and more coaches every day to coach high school, so that's really cool, man. We had our admin walk out on us on some baby shit, so we were able to recover quick from that and move on. Bestford's been handling it. So, guys, if you're listening in, man, let's try to share this on social media. Let's try to get some more people in here. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to blow this up a little bit. Let's try to build the YouTube stream, because I do want to talk about certain things. And I'm not sure if I pull up. I'm not sharing my screen, am I? Let me check the stream. No, I'm not. So I can actually view my Twitter and not have to worry about you guys looking at it. I can actually view and read. Okay, cool. So, my man Ye, not gaming, we had a little debate on here the last time I went live, right? About his lists, and I appreciate the lists that are being made. I always have an appreciation for the content that's being made out there in the 2K community, man, because it needs it, But I'm gonna have my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have my opinion. I'm gonna voice the opinion. So at the end of the day, when these lists come out, I'm just gonna be straightforward with it. You know, like the power forward list and a lock list came out, but let's take a look at the power. Let's consider the power forward list for a moment, right? So there was a big shitstorm. Well, not a big shitstorm, maybe a little shitstorm going on with me, and there's J Bucks right there. I know you guys can't see it, but matter of fact, let me go in there and just actually add display capture. And just make that smaller so you guys can see it. Move that chat out the way. Move this shit over. Give this shit more clout. Right? Move me over just a little bit and you guys can see what I'm saying. So you're talking about this right here, right? So you're talking about this list. You got platinum. Obviously, platinum is the best, and followed by gold, silver, and then bronze. I simply said, all I said today was, I didn't name anybody in particular. I said everybody in platinum's got to go down. Everybody in gold except for Barusso's can go down. I didn't say anything about any silvers or anything like that or who belonged. I didn't look at the rest of the list. But I just saw that in the platinum, I don't recognize any of these guys that play in SIBA. So for me, I said, yo, they just got to go down. I don't know for gold or for silver. Probably I would put them at silver. Maybe some of them do belong gold. But, you know, my opinion is, honestly, you don't belong. I don't think you belong in platinum if you don't play in SIBA. Like, that's just my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I feel about it. Right? I already justified it before, but if I got to justify it again, I will. This is a competitive league. It's not the same SIBA was from a couple of years ago. This is a very competitive league. Some of the best players in the world now play here. Some of the best amateur players in the world have always played here. They just never got the respect or the notoriety until they branched out and started playing outside of SIBA. But they were already good when they left, and they got their name here. So we always, us in SIBA always knew that the competition level here is top notch. Like it's legit. There are still some outliers. There are still some people out there that won't give it that credit. That just no matter what, they'll just look at SIBA like something that's like lower tier. Whether it's because it's a draft league, whether it's because someone they don't know or respect is running it, somebody not from the community that's running it, like me, you know, for whatever case may be, or they hear things about it, whatever the case may be, there are just some people out there that are still going to have a silly and uninformed and uneducated view of SIBA. That's just the way it is. And they're not going to give the respect that the players here deserve. I'm just returning that favor. I'm keeping that same energy. I'm just being honest. Like, I'm not dissing nobody. I'm not bashing anybody to promote my league. That's not how it works. All I'm saying is I'm giving it the same energy and respect that mine has been getting. That's all. So, because of that, right, I caught a little heat. And I can catch the heat, whatever. You know what I mean? If that's how you want it, then that's how you want it. But I'm being honest with you. I'm just going to be the same way. I'm just going to say the same things, and I'm going to be honest. Whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not. That's just me. So, in my opinion, if you don't play here, I don't know how you can be put on anybody's platinum tier. That's no disrespect to Ye. I mean, we already went over it with Ye. That was a conversation that me and him already had on the stream with his feedback. So I'm not going to beat a dead horse. I'm not going to go back at him and talk about, that. You know, I'm just going to continue to go about things and give my opinion on things based on shit that I already explained. Right? So I already explained that why I don't believe that. So I never said J Buck's name. I never said it specifically. You know, Ye just tagged him, you know, and I don't mind it. I don't care because if I got to stand by my comments, I'll do that. I'll stand by what I say. I'm a man. I don't have opinions. If I'm going to say something, I stand by it. Period. So I don't care. I did, and I stood on business, as they say. So at the end of the day, it turned into a little spat. A lot of people were quoting it. Some people were saying, "Yo, just because he didn't prove himself in a draft league doesn't mean anything." As long as they play in the 2K league. And I'm like, bro, how does that make sense? Isn't the 2K league a draft league? Like, that's exactly what it is, right? You don't bring your own team in there, right? You're just getting drafted. You're getting drafted onto a team, and you don't have any control over that. I know players try to manipulate and control it even at the highest level. I remember when I was at the draft last year, one of the dudes was like, yo, don't draft me if you're not the Pacers or the Grizzlies, and I found that to be ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you make a demand like that? You should only be here if you're happy to be here. Like, it should be whatever team takes me, I'm happy. That's the type of attitude that we expect out of guys in SEBA. So if you're getting drafted on February 4th is the day now, not February 3rd. If you're getting drafted on that day and you hear your name called, of course you're expected to be humble. If coaches are hitting you up, and by the way, the 49ers just took the lead for the first time this game. So they came all the way back down, being down 24-7. They scored 20 unanswered. 27-24, they lead in the fourth quarter. So, like I was saying, you get your name called on draft day here, you're supposed to be appreciative, you're supposed to be humble, and, you're supposed to go to work. And we saw in the 2K league how people try to influence and push and I guess manipulate trades and stuff. We saw a lot of crazy trades going down and stuff like that. It's like there's more scrutiny and there's a higher threshold for there's a higher standard for trades when it comes to SEBA than it is in the 2K league. I have my opinions about that. I think a lot of the people that are involved with running the league are just immature, and they're letting kind of like the inmates run the asylum a little bit. Maybe these coaches should have gotten some training in SEBA on how to operate a team and manage personalities and stand on their own 2 feet, instead of being like pushed around by players. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my take on it, right? That's just my opinion. Again, I can have an opinion. I understand. I own a league, so every time I give an opinion on something that people don't agree with, it looks like I'm just being a league owner that's bashing everybody else to make my league look good. So if I didn't have a league, I was just some schmo with a camera and a mic just giving my opinion, nobody would give a shit. Or some people that agree with it would promote it, and agree with it. But because I'm a league owner, I can't have opinions. Well, tough shit, because I do, right? So you go, the top level league is a draft league. SEBA is a draft league. I feel like if you are, look, and I said this last time, if you're judging by if you're going by teams and by brands, yeah, that's honestly like you can. Then it matters what you do outside of SEBA. If you have a list of like the top franchises, the top brands, or the top esports, whatever, pro-am teams, whatever. I see those lists all the time. I never even get involved. I don't even click on them. I don't even care. A lot of them I don't even recognize because I wasn't even playing Pro-Am in 2K17. I wasn't even involved, right? So I don't get involved in those lists. But when it comes to individual players, of course, absolutely. I think what you do in a league where you're not being backed up by the players that you're used to or handpicked or cherry-picked, I feel like being in a draft league would matter. Does every draft league matter? No. Unfortunately, listen, again, I'm not being a hater, but I think the only draft league that really should matter is SEBA. We're the only ones that have a full regular season. Everybody finishes. It's structured like a regular league, and we're the only draft league that really truly does have the best of the best players that play here, win or lose. Like some of the players do get kicked for being pussy. They do get kicked for not showing up to their teams. Sometimes it is the best of the best that end up getting banned. And I'm pretty sure season 23 we're gonna have those players too, right? We're gonna be banning some players that are good and they got everybody on their jock. They're in platinum tier and gold tier, right? They're in all these fucking tiers on these lists based on what they do in middays and OVNs and shit like that. Stupid shit, right? Stupid shit that the 2K community really uses to judge and to grade players. You know, the talent evaluation and stuff like that out there it's amateurish, bro. At best, it could be considered amateurish if you're looking at overnights and middays, and you're really counting that as anything more than just, you know, guys getting together to play some pro-am for a night and win some easy cash. You know, if you're really grading players by that, and you're really like, you know, pushing careers towards the 2K League off of shit like that, I mean, you're totally clueless. The whole community's clueless when it comes to that shit, you know. And I don't even have a beef with the overnights. It may sound like I do, but the honest opinion, the only thing is, I'm giving my honest opinion about what they are. You know, that's exactly what they are. I see Queen in the chat. What's going on? Yo, honestly, the overnight tournaments and the middays, I feel like, yo, you know what they are? They're good tournaments to run if you want to make some quick cash, have some fun. But, like, it's when the same teams keep winning them and signing up for them, right? And I know it's pissing off the owners. I know it's got to be pissing off the owners because they're going to be losing. They're not going to have that many teams to sign up for them when Joe Knows is the only one really fucking winning them every time. And when he doesn't play, it's like one other team that wins. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe Liquid or Spicy Boys or something like that. But, like, the average team, most of the teams that sign up for these have no chance of winning them. You know, they're terrible. You know, they're just like, I guess they're there to, you know, to win some money and to have some fun on the night. But, like, if you're really, you know, grading players in the bigger picture with these, you know, it's a joke. That's a joke. I don't even think that they were designed for that anyway. I just think that it was designed for, you know, Danger came out with, you know, probably one of the most influential inventions in all of Pro-Am. And I think it was just designed for guys to have fun, make a quick buck, keep it moving. You know, not something that's going to propel you to the 2K League. By the way, at the same time, for a long time, a lot of these 2K, if you look at Twitter long enough, you see some of these 2K League GMs and some of these guys talking shit about the overnights. But when their players are playing these overnight tournaments, they are front and center. Front and center, these dumb fucking team owners and GMs from the league. Front and center. Cheering them on, ready to anoint the next fucking two-tuck off of these overnights and middays. So, I mean, it's just like a snake eating its own tail, to be quite honest. That's just the way, that's probably the best analogy I can come up with. I feel like if you want your list to be serious, like if you're not just making it for shits and giggles and you want your list to be serious, then yeah, you absolutely 100% should be in the SIVA Discord server and paying attention to the pros. Yes. Why do I think those players in the Platinum should move down a tier? Well, let's see. You had a couple of players that I guess used to be in the 2K League, but they're not anymore. So is this an all-time list or is this a list right now? Because if they weren't good enough to get in this year, right, then you're just throwing them in with the rest of the amateurs is what you're doing. And if the rest of the amateurs are playing in SIVA and they're not, then yeah, then I don't think that they belong there. It's just that it's a simple equation, right? You're not in the 2K League anymore. This is not an all-time list, right? If you want to take past performances to, you know, to counter for the list, that's fine. But I feel like, you know, if you're making a list of today, who are the best ones of today right now, you're missing out on a lot of talent by going by past performance. Past performance doesn't always guarantee future success, right? So if you don't want your lists and stuff to be amateurish, then, you know, you really have to really consider, like, you know, you got to go in depth a little bit more, you know. That's my thing about, you know, going in depth into things and being multi-layered and multifaceted. That's the best way, you know. That it may take a little bit more work, but look, I mean, that's the way I approach my league, you know, and make it easy. And I didn't want the easy way out, simple. I got all these different, you know, layers and different things that make this league unique. Lions really fumbling the bag right now. But being platinum, I guess, would be like the top, right? So that would be, you'd be the best in the community. How can you be the best in the community as an individual player if you're not doing it in the best league, in the most competitive league, right? Could you do that if you're not doing it in the most competitive league for individual players? That's not the 2K league. So if you're not in the 2K league and you're not in SEBA, you're not really being tested to the best of your ability as an individual player. That's just the way it works, right? I mean, you can play in all these other draft leagues, and more power to them. But who's going to be the first replacement if there's a deadbeat coach? I don't know. Hopefully, we don't have any deadbeat coaches. We don't want any deadbeat coaches. That's not good, right? We don't want any deadbeat coaches. But hopefully that is a that is a decision that I will not have to make. Hopefully that is a decision I will not have to make. Now, besides this list, there's another list that's important right now. I'll get this display captured going. Where the fuck is it? There it is. I'm going to pull it out the woodwork. Let's go to the Discord right now. And let's take a look at the pre-draft rankings. Oh, they're already up. Let me make sure I give this a full screen. Right? Here's how we're rounding out the top right now. So if you guys are listening right now and watching, number 1 off the board is KJ Splash, and I said this for a reason. I told you guys already. His attitude, and that's what you guys been waiting for, huh? Waiting for this, the shit that matters the most, right? Not these fucking lists. The shit. Oh, Vector's missing a comma next to his number. And that's got to be a mistake why I got Vector ranked in the first round. I got to have to drop him considerably until he can prove that he's good at this game again. Broward number 2. I got Broward number 2. Midi Fade as a rookie. Do I think Midi Fade is the best 2-guard in the draft? No, I don't, but I do believe he's going to go high. I do believe he'll end up going to older guards, so that's why I put him at 3. Older guards are picking at 3. These are the pre-draft rankings for you right here. Tylock, Skyza, round out the top 5. Can't guard Robs, the second big man off the board. Amoon, former defensive player of the year. Laker at 8. He's in the top 10. Maybe he should be dropped down. Here's Seabuzz, who recently took SOE out of his bio. It's a risk. Oh, who the fuck left? Overtime Dom just left like a pussy. Poor Overtime Dom. We barely knew you. Let's see what else we got. We got Jet rounding out the top 10, and Fuse, right, who had a low-key underrated season last season as a rookie. Let's see. Leg, Marquise. There's a lot of this. Chubb looks like he'll be playing center this season. And if he's playing center this season, he might have to be up a little more because center was his natural position. So I might actually raise him up. Sorrento on the board now. There's a lot of talent on the board in the first round. We're getting down to the second round, and you start to see a little bit of a talent dip. No offense. But Ali Cloyd being there at 52. All hail Hedge, rookie. Let's take a look at some of these rookies that we got. Zip. Let's take a look at the first round rookies, right? Got Marquise. He was the top performer in the All-Star Showcase. He really parlayed that. Bump Reborn. A lot of people saying that he might be the first rookie off the board. Midi Fade. Obviously, the collegiate player of the year. My Fits Are Trash. These are guys that are known outside the league, like Hooters. So these guys are like Hezzy Kane. These guys are like highly sought after by people who think they're just going to go and get a superstar outside the SEBA Discord, right? A lot of people still don't respect the homemade guys like a Midi Fade or a V Trilly. Like, these guys don't really respect those homemade guys. They respect the ones that they see all the time out in Twitter. Terracins is one of those guys that you see outside of the league a lot, but he's ranked 69. He was okay, and he was really good in college. He was, but I mean, he wasn't spectacular in college, if we're being honest. Matter of fact, they ranked him way lower than that. So Mad Voltage had ranked him a lot lower than I got him ranked on the pre-draft rankings. Wick is a player that I really liked. Try or Quit is out there. Deadpool, another strong team. Where's the Pilly? J. Rinny 05. Got Real Easy Money is a player that I really want to see what he's got to offer. SEBA. So there's a lot of talent here. Really good rookie class. Really good rookie class. And of course, there's Zeke, ranked at number 200. I think this is the first time I've ever seen Zeke ranked. When is Gio getting picked? I don't know, but I do know the 49ers are about to score again. CMC in for the touchdown. It's 34-24. It looks like that Lions season is coming. Oh, it's Elijah Mitchell, sorry. That Lions season is coming to an end. Oh, man. Unless they can overcome a 10-point lead with 3:02 to go, or a 10-point deficit with 3:02. They were dominating this game, and the 49ers just took it to them in the second half, man. It's a tale of two halves. So we're going to have the 49ers and the Chiefs in the bowl. I really wanted to see the Lions go. Oh, I'm so tired. I can't wait to sleep. Probably go to bed after this game. 3 minutes to go in this football game. You know, I'm going to switch gears here, talk a little football. If you guys are football fans, see a lot of hate for Lamar Jackson on the timeline. I do. And honestly, I don't get it at all. I don't understand the hate for him at all. Because he's still Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still the same quarterback. You want to say that he don't perform in the playoffs and all this other shit and blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, I get it. And that's a big knock on guys like Tony Romo didn't perform in the playoffs. Dak Prescott didn't perform in the playoffs. But remember, playoffs, it's not a series, right? It's not a series like it is in basketball or baseball. Like, it's one game. And if you just have the luck to just have one bad game and it happens to be a playoff game, right? You know, what's Lamar Jackson's playoff record? It can't be a lot. He hasn't been able to play a lot of games, right? Basketball players play far more playoff games. The guy's like 1-4 in the playoffs or 2-5 in the playoffs. Like, yeah, that's a shitty record. But in the NFL, that means you that means you played in 7 playoff games. So no, I don't think that. You know, I'm seeing stupidity out there saying that, you know, maybe he should have really been a wide receiver or a running back. He's not a quarterback. Bro, of course he's a quarterback. All right, so someone said he's 1-4. Yeah, that sucks. He is 1-4, but you only get one shot at the playoffs in the NFL. I'm not excusing his record, right? I'm not excusing it. But that 1-4 record can jump to like 4-4 or 5-4 in 1 year. If he went to Super Bowl, guy's still young, still talented, right? He didn't have any big-time receivers. They got him Odell Beckham. The guy wanted to leave. He dealt with a lot leading up to this season. He wasn't even supposed to be on this team. They didn't even want him on this team. Like, they couldn't get anything for him. So he stuck around. They had the best record in the league. Like, they were the best team in the regular season. And they go out and they play a Chiefs team that, look, I mean, if you're looking at it, you know, the Chiefs, who do they beat? They beat everybody, bro. They beat the fucking Dolphins. They beat the Bills. Like, they're the defending champs. Man. They didn't lose to a slouch team. I understand, listen, you got home field advantage and you're the top team in the league, yeah. You got to win that game. That's a tough loss. But they are playing the Chiefs. And the Chiefs won on the road in Buffalo. They've done it already. So I'm not going to really hold it against Lamar Jackson. I don't think the Ravens need a new quarterback. No, that's silly. That's stupid. The Ravens don't need a new quarterback, bro. The Cowboys might, but the Ravens definitely don't. And this Lions team looks like they're just going backwards. Another 3rd and long for this team. They got all their timeouts with 2:40 to go, and the clock is ticking right now. And it's taking them some time to get to the fucking line of scrimmage. 3rd and 6 right now. Goff gets the first down, throws it to Laporta. I like this Laporta kid. But they got to keep moving, man. They can't use a timeout on this drive. They have to. I think, honestly, probably the best thing for them to do right now is to get in the field goal range and just kick the field goal and then just try either for the onside kick or try to get three downs, a 3 and out, because you got all your timeouts. They're just taking chunks of the field. There's a 14-yard gain right there. And now we're at the 2-minute warning. Ravens need to hire Belichick. I don't know, man. I don't know what they need. Sometimes you just lose a game. That's it, man. Who do I think, Chiefs or Niners? If the Niners can hold on to win this game, and I say if because I've seen some crazy shit happen, but if the 49ers do hold on to win this game, I'm saying Chiefs all the way. I mean, there's nothing, I have not seen anything to make me believe that that the Chiefs, wow, Conor McGregor's in some movie. I wonder why this guy's losing every fight, bro. I have not seen anything to make me believe that the Chiefs are losing. I told my brother's a big Bills fan, and I said, yo, the worst thing in the world would be the Chiefs, right? Starting to play their best football come playoff time. Because if they start playing their best football come playoff time, they are the best team in the NFL. Period. The Kansas City Chiefs are the best team in the NFL, and they have been the best team in the NFL for a long time, ever since Mahomes took the starting job at quarterback. They have been the best team in the NFL. They were the best team in the NFL all season this season. They didn't play like it. They had a slump. But regardless, they started waking up and playing their best football now. So, you can have a team that's the best team on paper, right? Talent-wise and everything. And they can go through a slump. And then you can have a team that's not as talented as them, have a better record than them. But at the end of the day, if those players wake up, if it clicks, if they figure it out, they're going to remind you who the best team in the league is. And honestly, the Chiefs are the best team. Right now, hands down, I think they got the best quarterback in football. They got the best quarterback in the sport ever since Tom Brady retired. He's the best quarterback in the sport. They don't even need a running back. They've never, Mahomes has never had the privilege of a dynamic featured running back. It's always been the next man. Don't give me this Pacheco kid. Remember, Edwards-Helaire is supposed to be the man. I mean, these guys, they're here today, gone tomorrow. Any running back works. He lost Tyreek Hill, still made it work. I mean, look at the receiving team he's got now. They don't have an elite receiver on that team. There's no elite receiver on the Chiefs. You got Marcus Vantell-Scantling, whatever it is. Kadarius Toney, who is inactive today. You got something that kind of resembles the Giants' wide receiving team. I think the Giants have better receivers than the Chiefs do. But regardless, man, it just works because of the man behind center. And the defense. Of course, he can't play defense. Goff takes a big chunk. Oh, nice hit. Gets right up. They got to keep it moving. See, right here, what I would do right here, I'd probably rush the field goal unit on and take this field goal here. Honestly, because you got to get a stop anyway. Right now, if you go into the end zone, I mean, what do I know? Throws it to the sideline. He gets out of bounds, stops the clock. Laporta, good job. But if the clock stopped, I mean, taking the field goal and having 1:37 left and then trying to get three stops, because, I mean, you could take a lot of time off the clock trying to get this touchdown here. You might have to call a timeout if you take a sack, and then you're really fucked. But if you kick the field goal, you're only down by one possession. You can kick the ball off. You don't even have to onside kick it. If they got to use a timeout here, they're going to have to onside kick it no matter what they do. Goff cannot take a sack here at all. Drops back, throws, passes, catches made. First and goal. I think they're going to spot him at the 9. First and goal at the 10 and a 9.5 yard line. 1:20 to go and counting. They have to get in the end zone with this play here. They can't let any more time dip. Laporta. Oh no, that's not Laporta. Touchdown. Whoever number 86 is. I'm not big on the lines. They mark him out of bounds at the 2. He did step out of bounds at the 2. Oh, that's so unfortunate, bro. That's unfortunate right there. He did step out of bounds at the 2. All right, so second and goal, man. If y'all are watching at home, you should be watching. You should be watching it with me. Second and goal from the 1.5. They're saying. They got Goff rolling out to his right. Can't find anything. Throws it away. 1:05 to go. So you end up kicking the field goal anyway. If you can't get in, you would have saved yourself 40 seconds. Had you just do it when I said to do it. Honestly, when they threw it to Laporta and he got out of bounds and the clock stopped, they should have brought the field goal unit on. You're going to need a touchdown and a field goal anyway. Just get the field goal. You'll have like 130-something remaining when you kick the ball off. Now, what are they going to do? They score a touchdown. They got to score. It's third and goal. Let's say every play takes 5 seconds. It's 4 down territory. You're looking at under a minute to go. You got to kick the ball off. They hand the ball off. And he loses yards. Terrible decision. Now it's 4th down. Are they going to use a timeout? They can't have used. They couldn't have used a timeout. There's no way. Don't tell me they used a timeout. They used a timeout. It's over. It's done. It's done. They're not getting the onside kick. It's done. It's done. This guy Dan Campbell, bro, with bad decision after bad decision in the second half. Going for it. Hey, how big is that field goal now when they didn't go for it on 4th down? They could have made it 20. They could have had 27. It could have been 27-10 instead of 24-10. Dan Campbell kind of botched this, bro, and he's been a great fucking coach all year. But Dan Campbell botched this, I believe. Now they had to use the timeout. Now they got to line up for an onside kick. Those things work like 9% of the time. But shit's done. Fourth and goal. And they scored a touchdown. Jamison Williams gets in. Now you got to make the extra point because this is huge, right? If you don't make the extra point, you're fucked. Even worse. But now they got to get an onside kick because they had to use the timeout because they ran the football. Nuts. They ran the football there. I'm going to stay with you guys to the end of this game. And then I'm going to go to sleep. 56 seconds left in this game. 34-31, San Francisco. Coaching mishaps. Tough. Coaching mishaps. Man, oh man. I said it, bro. I was like, you guys heard me. I said, bro, you cannot use a timeout here under any circumstances. They run the ball. Now you got to get an onside kick. The hands team is out. I see Deebo Samuel out there. They are not playing games. They got to use some chicanery. San Francisco uses a timeout. They don't like the formation that the Lions got for the onside kick. Man, and the Lions had this game in the bag, bro. They had this game in the bag. Yo, I understand it's this new era of always going for it like you're playing Madden. I get it. But, like, sometimes you just got to be old school, bro. You got to take a page out of the book of some of the greats to have a coach. You got to listen to reason. You gotta be old school with it. Sometimes you just got to take the fucking points. And had they just taken the points when it was 24-10, instead of going for it on fourth down, they're at like the 30-yard line, it'd be 27-34 right now. I mean, it'd be 34 up right now. They would have tied the game. Now they got to hope for an onside kick. Here it is. They got a high bounce. It's still alive, and number 85 lands on it, and that's the game. 49ers are going to the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. Congratulations to the 49ers. They will be going to the Super Bowl thanks to Dan Campbell. They got what they wanted. They got the ball in the air. Oh, my God. A Lions player had his hands on the ball. That's all you could ask for is the opportunity for your guys to get your hands on the ball, and that's it. Dan Campbell knows it. He was excited for a second, and when it's all settling in now. So the magical run for the Lions comes to an end. The question is, does this Lions team have a team that's going to maintain this? Like, are we going to see them again in the conference championship? Are we going to see them again double-digit wins? Or is this one of these, like, isolated teams where, next season they're just not as good? There's a flag on the play, and I think it's because he touched it before it got to the yellow line anyway. So if it's against the Lions, the game's over. And that's what they're indicating, that it is against Detroit. Illegal touching, yep. Oh, my God. Oh, well. Yeah, it's over, man. It is done. So San Francisco going on. So many people in Detroit had so much hope that this was going to be their year. I would have loved to see Detroit in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. I thought it would be a stylistic matchup, a great fucking matchup of two styles. I thought it would be like two dynamic offenses going back and forth, slugging it out. That's what I thought it would be. They'll kneel the ball down. I'll end the stream. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.